here's a little bit of good news. Good news for those who like to do grooming of one's body hair, namely the groin. Bad news for those who keep trying to make the case, like Gail Dines and Janine Garofalo, that a woman shaving her pubic region is only to make her pubic region look as though it is the pubic region of a little girl, and that porn promotes kitty porn, and that if any guy likes a woman who has a shaved vagina, he must be suspect and considered a pedophile or kitty diddler because, I mean, look, it's so obvious. CRABS, as in, yes, the venereal disease. CRABS, now endangered thanks to bikini waxing. Brazilian waxes, in particular, destroy the habitat for pubic lice. Oh no, but no, women could never do it for hygiene reasons. They're doing it because there's this enforced sense that grown women, have to look like little girls to please us lecherous men in society because, again, we can't like that without it somehow being sick, depraved, and wrong. Gotta love society some days, right? Will we soon see a Save the Public Lice campaign? The groin-dwelling insects, more commonly known as crabs, because of their shape, are now basically an endangered species. The doctors think the popularity of bikini waxing may be to blame, or thanks. In Australia, no woman has been seen with crabs at Sydney's main sexual health clinic since 2008. The male cases have fallen 80% over the past 10 years. Pubic grooming has led to a severe depletion of crab louse populations, says medical entomologist. You can see an environmental disaster in the making for this species. Of course, no one really is mourning the loss. Another medical entomologist notes that, in this case, habitat destruction is a good thing. So-called Brazilian waxes, in particular, are seen as a contribution to the downfall of the pubic lice, since nearly all the pubic hair, the habitat in this case, is removed in that procedure. All in all, more than 80% of the U.S. college students remove some of their pubic hair these days. Bloomberg reports it's arguably a nicer way of dealing with the crabs problem, since the typical treatment is topical insecticide. Ouch. I've never had crabs. I've never known anybody who's had crabs. I've heard stories from radio/TV/slight movie personality Adam Carolla about crabs. But yeah, I've never had to worry about that myself. But you see, when we demonize something, when we try to make something into what it's not, ladies, when we try to make it to where that there is only one reason that a woman shaves her pubic nether regions, and it's all for the sole benefit of the man. It's the man who has to be pleased, or so society says, and so porn tries to promote the idea that that is the perfect way of being. I have friends who absolutely simply do it as a comfort thing. They dislike the hair down there. It makes them uncomfortable. They are grown women. And I know a lot of guys who do manscaping because women are not wanting to have a mouth full of hair in their mouths when they decide to be generous and suck on a ball. I'm actually having to look into doing this myself for my girl, but anyways, TMI out of the way. Can you honestly see how stupid that is, that argument? Can you honestly can you honestly sit here and say, oh, there's no benefit to doing this? Therefore, it's the patriarchy forcing women to make their vaginas look younger because yes, there is no difference between the look of a adult female vagina and that of a child. At least I assume, because I don't generally go around trying to look for pictures of little girls' vaginas. Call me crazy, it's just not my cup of tea. This makes no sense, and it's so unfounded, and it's ridiculous. It's, oh, I feel uncomfortable with this industry, and I'm going to try to make some sort of causal link, some post hoc fallacy that because of A, B, that because of porn is poisoning us because it's getting us ready for live, nude, 6-year-old girls and trying to further the pedo agenda, whatever the hell that is, and bring about a new age of depravity where there is no such thing as adult industry. It's all kiddie porn, because that's what the industry is going towards. What? I mean, seriously, Janine, seriously, Gail, have you taken the time to actually listen to yourselves? I'm sure you love the sound of your own voice, but seriously? Oh, because maybe I've gone from a time where I had like old 70s porn that has hair pie out the butt to enjoying the more shaven look of adult female women. That makes me a lecherous old man, that I'm just some sort of undiscovered form of pedo, and I just don't want to admit it, so I'll substitute so that I look normal by comparison by looking at adult women who just happen to have shaved vaginas. Grow up, you know? This craze is here for a reason, and oftentimes it's at the behest of the woman, not at the behest of what the man has asked for. Not everything is a patriarchal oppression of women or some way of shackling them and making them feel like they're nothing unless they have a shaved, underaged looking vagina, which again, you're women. You seriously are going to sit there and act like you spent your whole life and looked down and been like, yep, if I shave it, it looks exactly like it did when I was a child. Man, I am just disgusted with the thought of this being so prevalent. You're crazy. You're crazy. And the fact that you get paid to give these talks is sick in and of itself. I don't mind hearing different ideals and different voices, but the fact that there are people who will parrot your failed and often flawed ideologies and research like it's the gospel, and will down people like myself, or even down people like my girlfriend or some of my friends out there who happen to shave because it's the comfort thing, nothing more. That no, it's something else. They must have been touched as a child, or they must be this, they must be that, because why would you make your vagina look prepubescent? Why do you think their vaginas look prepubescent? Is there something you want to share with us? I don't know. But hey, the trend is paying off in a very good way. Crabs are not something that is good for you. Just saying.